What up, world? It's your boy Amp Dog with another episode of Politickin. Want to thank everybody for tuning in, showing your love, and make sure y'all hit that like, share, and subscribe button, and tell a friend to tell a friend. Big Amp Dog said, "What's the deal?" What up, world? It's your boy Amp Dog back with another episode of Politickin. Want to thank everybody for tuning in, showing your love. Make sure you tap that like, share, subscribe button to tell a friend to tell a friend. Big Amp Dog said, "What's the deal?" And today, Soulja Boy up in this, man. Soulja Boy just lost that lawsuit, man. So on Thursday, a jury found the rapper Soulja Boy was liable for SAing and physically, emotionally abusing a former assistant, awarding the woman more than $4 million in damages. The decision from the Los Angeles County jury came after a 3-week trial in Santa Monica, California. 34-year-old Soulja Boy, whose legal name is DeAndre Cortez Way, was found liable for assault and actual battery and intentional infliction of emotional distress. The jurors did not find him liable for false imprisonment and other allegations. They found the woman should get about $4 million in compensatory damages and another $250,000 in punitive damages. So, man, they got the allegations on this dude is crazy. So they say that she began working for Soulja Boy back in 2018, and he agreed to pay her $500 a week for cleaning his house, cooking for him, and doing other personal tasks. But she says she was never paid. The two began a romantic relationship, and soon after he began abusing her. They say he was raping her, kicking her, punching her, threatening her with violence and death. Her lawsuit alleges. She believed she was in love with him, and he manipulated her into staying until 2020 despite repeated acts of violence, the lawsuit says. She was beaten and raped again when she returned to retrieve her things months after leaving him, the lawsuit says. Yeah, man. And it's crazy because, you hear, like, somebody like Soulja Boy, right? We get, he transcended hip hop in his genre, as far as how he did hip hop, as far as being a child at the time, you know what I'm saying, being able to Soulja Boy was the first to do this, first to do that. Then we see him move to the West Coast. Now he big gang banging and, you know, talking tough, you know what I'm saying? But we've never seen him in a squabble or a squandrel with some of these people he done had back and forth with. In fact, we seen videos of Soulja Boy in the hood. Who said Big Soulja can't come in the hood? He tried to put his arm around dude. Dude got him up off of him. But do you think he kept that same energy that he would with a woman? Nah, nah. Most of these tough acting, tenactin ass rappers, they highly weak. They weak. So what happens is you'll try to be tough and put your hands and feet, on these weaker people physically. That is, you know what I'm saying. I'm not calling the victim weak like that. I mean as far as just in physical stature. And somehow they get a pass for this corny stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like I've seen a few rappers that just came out with all type of allegations of abuse. Not even just abuse. They got videos of them actually physically putting hands and feet on these females, to where it's just like, when we gonna call it out? You know what I mean? 4 million. I don't think Soulja Boy got 4 million. I'll be real. Like I've seen Soulja Boy's Instagram lives, and Soulja Boy be counting the same $10,000, $20,000, all just keep flipping. You know how a nigga be like, shit, what you got on my 200, Smokey? Nigga be like 20, 40, 60, 80. Flip the money around, 20, 40 type shit. That's the vibe it gives me. On top of it all, it just seems that the images that these dudes give off as far as being so hard and tough, but we never see them in action against somebody who could really get busy with them. You know what I'm saying? Remember Soulja Boy, Chris Brown supposed to do the boxing and all that, and nobody heard nothing else from it. Like, so, at this point, I don't care. I ain't trying to. I ain't with the sucker shit. All 2025 and beyond, I'm not with the sucker shit. We gonna call these suckers out. Soldier Boy he looks like a dope fiend. Um, I don't know. I don't know. That's just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? I do think that some of the allegations, probably were a little extra to where, saying that she was being imprisoned and things like that, but you were willing and able to catch flights and go to, do different things, where you have plenty of outs to just get away, but the aggression, I could see it. I could see it. Just me personally. You know what I'm saying? Clearly, the jury seen it. He did try to say, you know, I've never been locked up for this shit, which is crazy, in itself. But that's the thing when it come down to these civil cases and stuff, lawsuits, that burden of physical evidence is way less than if you were in a criminal setting. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, she's basically trying to tap in. They were trying to tap into his finances. He had to be real, because he do a lot of faking. You know what I'm saying? He had to be real. He's written. He's only made. I want to say he was bragging about making a certain dollar amount for performing at the crypto event, during the inauguration weekend, and come to find out that wasn't true. But then again, a nigga is gonna lie. I'm gonna try to act as broke as I can. You know what I'm saying? While I'm in front of the jury, the judge, and all that, so they could feel like, hey, he ain't got it like that, but we gonna give you something. You know what I mean? So, you know, yeah, man, we just got to do better as a culture, man, with this hip hop, bro. We got to do better as a culture. Um, Let me see if I can find the video after this clown walked out of the courthouse, dog. Cause dude, like, to me it's just like he don't take the shit serious. He can't take the shit serious. You can't take the shit serious. Let's see what his speech was, man. Cause dude was looking like Drake on the what's that freestyle, that Funk Master Flex, reading off the BlackBerry. That's how he looked with his response. Hold on, let's see. Let me fix this. Why is it all like that? Hold on. Let's get this right. Let's see what this boy got to say. Soldier Boy, tell him. You still a goofball though, bro. I ain't gonna cap. Let's go.
Today, I stand before you deeply disappointed in the verdict delivered in my case. I firmly believe that the decision made in court was not based on facts or substantial evidence, but rather on factors that were outside of my control. The truth was overshadowed by the involvement of individuals such as the jury who were not present during the events in question. And I feel that the system allowed external influences to shape the outcome. Furthermore, the use of Jane Doe as the identity of the accusers raises serious concerns about fairness. Keeping these individuals anonymous while I'm forced to face public scrutiny creates an unequal playing field. I believe this entire process has been tainted by a system that is not designed to protect the rights of the accused. I want to make it clear that I'm innocent. This case was never about justice. It was about money and personal gain. And I will not let that stand. I am committed to filing an appeal and fighting for the truth to be revealed. I will continue to stand by my decision and believe that I did not commit the crimes I'm accused of. Thank you to everyone who has supported me during this time. I promise that I will fight until the end to clear my name and expose the truth. Thank you.
I'm so sorry. Would you mind repeating the first three sentences?
Today, I stand before you deeply disappointed in the verdict delivered in my case. I firmly believe that the decision made in court was not based on facts or substantial.
All right, so he really about to reread that whole statement. I would said, man, you better just catch this motherfucker on Twitter, Instagram. It's gonna be everywhere. You can get the statement, bro. I just read that was like a long little statement. You know what I mean? Good job by his legal team to cook that up. I'm a little shocked. I didn't know that Soldier Boy could read all like that. I know y'all probably thinking like, damn, why you keep taking shots at Soldier Boy? Soldier Boy corny to me though. He is a legend within his own right, but he's a cornball. And I do just think that hey man, what happens in the dark comes out to the light. You feel me? They said that he was paying her really as a blunt roller. Just because and this is another thing as far as being in that position, right? So you're hiring people. That's why they say don't mix business with pleasure, because soon as you cross that line of being employer to employee, and now you start messing around, like at any given time that woman want to stop working for you and go straight to the whoever the higher ups is, Better Business Bureau, whoever oversees the employment, you know what I'm saying, for just the employee rights. She got a case on you already. You know what I'm saying? As soon as you took it physical and start dealing with her on that level, you set yourself up. That's why y'all gotta be able to separate the two. And I know with rappers, it's like y'all walk in the room and y'all just feel like whatever female, or nowadays, whatever your choice of whatever you in, whatever floats your boat, y'all walk in there and thinking that y'all got it. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I could get her, or whatever you into. If it's a he or she, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because these rappers do got a lot of things up their sleeves nowadays as far as what they into, and we finding out a lot about these rappers' dark secrets. So, yeah, man. Hopefully, Soulja Boy, he could just pay this lady. You know what I'm saying? Keep doing some shows. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to say other than we got to protect. We got to protect ourselves, because if he would have protected himself, he would have never put himself in position to even have somebody lie on him, quote unquote, like he says. You know what I'm saying? And it's just at some given time, you know, you gotta look at it like this person, like who you are, that person could be looking like you're their only opportunity out from their current circumstances, right? So imagine go from making your meals and cleaning your house like a nanny and all that, you know what I mean? To where now it's like, damn, I could actually become a celebrity, or get on a reality TV show by dealing with this person. You got to look at yourself as a target, and that's the biggest thing that I would say most of these entertainers, celebrities, ball players need to start doing, is really holding yourself up to a higher standard and not just being the person that walks in the room and wants all the attention and feeling like you could get and grasp at whatever you want. You got to sometimes make yourself not accessible. Sometimes be accessible to be not accessible. You feel me? To where that way you could weed out all the leeches and the people that's just really trying to self-preservation for themselves and try to make a come up off of your hard-earned work and your hard-earned dollars. And I heard this is not the only lawsuit Soulja Boy got, and maybe that's why my disdain towards Soulja Boy during this video is the way it is, because he has another lawsuit with similar situation, you know what I'm saying, with his ex and all that, the same type of aggressive behavior and things like that. So, man, y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Big Amp Dog said, what's the deal? Make sure y'all protect yourself, protect your peace, and protect your family. Peace. What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, world? It's your boy Amp Dog with another episode of Politickin. Want to thank everybody for tuning in, showing your love, and make sure y'all hit that like, share, and subscribe button, and tell a friend to tell a friend. Big Amp Dog said, what's the deal?